Okie dokie. Alrighty. Good morning. All right, so let's see what we're okay. Let's oh, is it a little dark? Maybe I'll turn on some lights. Let's today we will so my theme like to work posture. So that today we could work on upper back, kind of all the muscles that we need to sit up for posture. So we'll do some of that. We'll do some of that today. Um, and yeah, we'll do that. Alrighty. Okay, move the toys. Gotta get rid of all the toys. Okay, it's a little dark in here, huh? Let me turn on the lights. There we go. There, then it's not too glaring. Okay. All right, we got our blocks. We got our straps. We got our pillows. Okay, let's go ahead and start onto our back. Hugging our knees into our chest, rocking from side to side. And just elongate through the neck. Spread the shoulder blades down. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale. Really just begin to awaken your body through your breath and compress your shin bones, your thigh bones into your rib cage. Inhale. Big breath in, hopefully keeping the smoke out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Taking our right knee into the chest, extending the left leg out long. And dropping the right knee out to the side into reclined tree pose. Drawing the knee up towards the sky, hugging the right knee in the chest. So you're just circling out the hip, this joint, the thigh bone. And bring it up, knee towards the sky, hug into the chest, squeeze, activate your hip flexor, drop it out to the side, bring it up, hug, side, up, hug, oof, side. Reversing directions, hug, knee up, tree pose, hug, knee up, tree pose, hug. This is your hip flexor working. So really squish your hip flexor and release. Other side. Oh, extend the right leg out long, left knee to the chest. Knee out to the side. And up. Hug. Tree. Up. Hug. Tree. Knee up. Hug. Reversing directions. Knee up. Tree. Hug. Knee up. Tree. And hug. Knee up. Tree. And hug. And release. All right, warming up the body. Let's go ahead and extend the legs out long. Inhale. Big inhale, toss it out of the overhead. Reach, reach, reach. Where's the block? Let's grab the block. Let's grab the block. Hands overhead, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze. Oh. Tuck the knees in. Float the arms 2 inches off the mat. Squeeze the block. Squeeze the block. So hamstring, so tap the toes, hamstring. So squeeze the hamstring. So keep the arms hugged or squeezing, hand squeezing. Tap the toes, hamstrings, hamstrings, hip flexors. Yeah. Block is always squeezing. Hamstrings, so squeeze the heels to the sit bones. And hip flexors, so bringing the thighs to your rib cage. Hamstrings, hip flexors, and release. Oh, and breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, so now we're going to combine them. We're going to combine the block. We're always squeezing the block, arms straight. We're going to squeeze the hamstrings and then add on the hip flexors. So hamstrings, add on the hip flexors. And then we'll do posterior pelvic tilt, right? Like we'll add the posterior pelvic tilt on in just a moment. Inhale. So squeeze the block, float the arms by the ears, tuck the chin to the chest. Hamstrings, adding on hip flexors. Hamstrings, adding on hip flexors. Hamstrings, adding on hip flexors, pelvic tilt. So that's low belly, like scooping the low belly. Hamstrings, hip flexors, adding on pelvic tilt. Hamstrings, hip flexors, adding on pelvic tilt. Squeeze and release. All right, taking the block and placing it underneath your SI joint, your sacrum, your tailbone, and extending the leg out long. Let's see how we do this. So with the pelvic tilt, we're going to use the pelvic tilt to lift our legs. So it's really easy. So one, you want to really protect your back when you're in this position. So it's all the pressing the low belly, all what we just did, using the pelvic tilt to lift our legs off the ground. Yeah, so this is really the low belly. So it's not the leg muscles. It's using your lower abs, your transverse, your lower abs from the belly button to the pelvic bone. You're using a pelvic tilt to lift the legs. So take the arms overhead, pelvic tilt to lift the legs. Now reach the toes forward towards the wall in front of you. And you can really feel your low belly fire up. So we're not lifting our legs very high, right? This is purely from your low belly and release. So I don't know about you, but I felt it kind of really burn and warm up right here in this area. Yeah. So I think the key is combining the pelvic tilt and then also reaching your legs really long and forward. And what that does is when you reach your leg really long and forward, it forces you to press, all the sensation of pressing down, lengthening your hip flexors, forcing the work to happen right here. So tossing the arms overhead, inhale, exhale, close the ribs, tuck the tailbone, pelvic tilt to lift the legs. It's really easy to default to lifting your legs with your leg muscles, but we have to use our pelvic tilt. So tip the pelvic bowl, tuck, 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 and then reach the legs forward, long. Squeeze the legs together. Pelvic bowl, tip, tip, tip. Posterior pelvic tilt. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. So that should feel pretty, it should feel, well, I don't know, it feels, I wouldn't say funny, but it's a different sensation because we're so used to lifting our legs with our leg muscles that we want to, that it's different, that it's just purely concentrated from here. I almost feel like my legs feel weightless or very light because I'm actually not using any of those muscles. So let's try again. Inhale, tossing the arms overhead. Exhale, engage in pelvic tilt. So my legs don't lift up yet. First I'm going to engage the low belly, pelvic tilt, and then it floats the legs up off, and then I reach the toes, pointing the toes, reaching the toes towards the wall, almost pressing my legs, the heels down. but focusing on the pelvic tilt. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. All right, take the block from out from under us. We're going to go back to what we were doing before with the block in between our hands, overhead. Tucking the knees in the chest. So now we have a greater awareness of this part, the pelvic tilt and the low belly. So block, squeeze, hamstrings, point the toes, hamstrings, squeeze, hip flexors, squeeze. Now use that low belly. See if you can get more from the low belly because you know where it is. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Low belly, pelvic tilt, and release. So hamstrings, squeeze, adding the hip flexors, adding the pelvic tilt. Adding the pelvic tilt, take the strain out of the neck. So we're not trying to lift the neck. This is really bringing your low belly towards you. And release. Breathe. Again, squeeze the block, lift, hamstrings, hip flexors, pelvic tilt. And the squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Your low belly should be on fire. It is on. It is ready to go. So that means we can add some boat. What is this one? This strap. Okay. So let's find, actually, let's do some warm up before we go into boat. Let's warm up the body. Let's get flowing. Coming into all fours. Shake out the wrists, warm up the wrists, flip the back of the hands. Right here, you can see me here, palms facing up, open and close, come on to the knuckles, open the back of the hands, come down, straighten the elbows, round, form a fist, open the palms, back of the hands down, bend the elbows, and a couple rounds like that. Just to kind of warm up the joints. And come into all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating up towards the sky. You see me? Then close the pose, inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank, lower down knees. Chest, chin. Cobra. Cobra, cobra. Drag the body forward, squeeze the elbows together, lift. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose, inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down knees, chest, chin, cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down, drag the body forward. So pull. So have your hands down onto your mat, pull the elbows back, pull the hands back, but we're not actually moving, like you're trying to move the mat behind you. So pull your chest forward, firing up the muscles in your upper back. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose, inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down. Inhaling. Cobra, tops of the feet down, pull the body forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky, swing way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold. Oh, here comes Kiona. I was wondering when she was going to show up. Hi, Kiona. What is it, love? Oh, you gave me a letter. Oh, very nice. Okay, inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog. Thank you. Oh, that's very nice. Tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Kiana. Close the door, please, because it's smoky. Thank you. All the way closed, please. Thank you. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Find your block. Find your block. We'll just have it next to us. Inhale. Side bend over to the left. So we'll clasping, what is this? Left hand clasps right wrist. Side bend over to the left. Stomp on your right foot. Reach up and over. Left arm crawls down, going deeper. Open the chest up towards the sky, and then other side. Right hand clasp left wrist, side bend, over to the right, open the chest, and twist. Chest goes up towards the sky, right hand crawls down your right leg, stomp on your left foot, open, open, open. And come back to center, inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Take the block, in between your hands and between the palms, and come up halfway flat back. So you're using, this is like cobra in your upper back, roll the shoulders back and down, reach the chest forward, arms above the ears, squeeze. So this is all upper back. Upper back, squeeze the block, holding for 5. Shift the weight forward, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the block down, forward fold, inhaling halfway up, exhale, plant the hands, step it back. High plank, lower down. Inhaling up dog. Draw the chest forward. So this is upper back. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, forward, up and back. Open the chest, pull the elbows behind the rib cage. Inhale, up. Exhale, pull chest forward. Inhale. Exhale like you're opening up the curtains. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right heel. Interlace the hands behind you. Roll the chest open. Lift the hands off the back of the leg. And release. Windmill the left hand down. Swing the right leg behind you for a side plank. Easy peasy side plank. Pull the left heel of the left hand towards your foot to engage your obliques. Lower the right hand down. Take your vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee down, low lunge. Inhale, come on up, forward, up and back. Open. Inhale, up. Exhale, open. Inhale, up. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale, open, lift the left heel. Interlace the fingers behind you, roll the shoulders back and down. Open up through the chest. And release. Right hand down. Left leg swings back behind you. Side plank. Side plank. Pull the right heel of the hand towards your foot to engaging through that oblique. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down to chaturanga or high plank to chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Pull the chest forward. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Chair pose. Inhaling, interlace the fingers. Press the palms away from you. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. Anterior pelvic tilt, support the soup bowl, your pelvic soup bowl, and squeeze. Squeeze your glutes, pull the arms behind your ears for 4, 3, 2, 1, and come all the way back up. Thighs forward, hips forward, hands behind the head, open up through the chest, press the elbows back, and close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive forward. Come down for a low squat. Lift the heels. Come down for a low squat. Take the block. Reach the block in front of you. Roll the shoulders back and down. Squeeze the ankles. Squeeze the thighs. Bring the thighs to your rib cage. So similar to when we were on our back, right? Hamstring squeeze, hip flexor squeeze, posterior pelvic. Wait, pelvic. Yes. Anterior pelvic. Yeah. Tuck the tailbone. And lift, elongate the neck. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Inhale, take the block. Inhaling halfway up. Right, flat back, halfway up. Take the block. In between the hands. Arms by the ears. Upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forward fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down. Inhaling, up dog. Draw the chest forward. Tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Try to get deeper into your down dog by pressing, getting your chest closer to your thighs, pressing your ears past your arms. You're engaging through your upper back. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Inhale, come on up, crescent lunge. Bending that right knee. Right hand finds the left wrist. Lift up and toss it back. Lift up and toss it back. Bend the right knee, lift up and toss it back. Lift up and toss it back. Keep bending that right knee. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the right heel and go deeper. For 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right hand, or sorry, lower the left hand down. Take side plank again. This time you can take side plank tree or side plank holding the foot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it to waterfall. Place the right foot behind you. Lift the hips. Reaching the right arm back. 4, 3, lift the hips up higher. 2, 1, flip your dog to one-legged down dog. Come forward into one-legged high plank. Lower down, take your vinyasa. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. Left hand finds the right wrist, lift up tall, toss the arm back behind you. Bend the left knee. Tall, toss back, bend the left knee. Tall, toss back, bend the left knee. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the left heel. 3, 2, 1. Windmill the right hand down. Take side plank or clasp your left foot with your left hand, or your big toe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Waterfall. Lift the hips. Keep rolling that right rib cage up towards the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip one-legged down dog to one-legged vinyasa. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back, downward facing dog. And 3 breaths here. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky. Swing away forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling, chair pose. Interlace the fingers. Anterior pelvic tilt. Dump the soup bowl. Squeeze. Squeeze your sit bones together. Squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your ankles together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips forward, thighs forward, chest forward. Open up the chest, back bend. Press the elbows behind you. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. And lower all the way down onto your belly. And take a nap. Sphinx pose. So come onto the forearms and draw the chest forward, really firing up your upper back. We're really firing up the upper back, getting those muscles in awoken, turned on, and then come on down. You can do half bow on either side, on both sides. So right hand down, left arm forward, left arm finds the left ankle, kick the foot into the hand, use the right hand to push, 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 as you kick the left foot into the hand to open up the front of your left shoulder. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Other side. Left hand down. Yeah, left hand down. Right hand finds the right ankle. Kick the foot into the hand. Flex the right foot. Kick the foot into the hand and lift. Lift, lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Plant the hands. Come into all fours. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. Swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up to crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. Inhale. Open up the chest. Interlace the fingers. Roll the shoulders back and down. Bend that right knee. Shift the weight forward. Come into, actually release the hands. Come into warrior 3. Come into warrior 3. Using your upper back to lengthen your sternum forward. Drop the left hip down. Warrior 3. But using your upper back to lift. Bend the right knee so you're in a toppling tree. So bend the right knee as much as you can. Keep flying, keep flying, keep flying. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the left knee into the chest. Left hand finds the left toes. Hand to foot pose. Take the left leg out to the side. And then fold forward, flat back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Windmill the hands down to a standing split. Left knee behind the right ankle for a seated twist. Right hand behind you. Inhale tall, exhale twist. You should feel your right glute having worked really hard. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Inhale tall, exhale twist. And inhale, oh. Come forward into, what is this, a low lunge. Yeah, I guess this is a low lunge. Plant the hands down. Come back into a one-legged down dog. One-legged down dog with the right leg up towards the sky. Big leg circles on the right side. And then changing directions. And lower the right leg down. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Come on up, crescent lunge. Interlace the fingers behind you, roll the shoulders back and down, bend that front knee, open up the chest, and lift, lift, lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift the weight forward, release the hands, warrior 3. Warrior 3. Press your big left toe down. So use your upper back to lift. So baby cobra in the upper back. Baby cobra in the upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bend the knee, left knee, and hold. Baby cobra in the upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing split. Now bring the right knee into the chest. Left hand, left peace fingers finds, right hand finds the right toes. Here, let me scoot back so you can see. Finds the foot or strap. You can use the wall. You can hold onto a wall. You can use a strap. Lots of options. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take out to the side. Take your right leg out to the side. And fold halfway. So flat back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And standing split. Right knee to behind the left ankle. And come in and have a seated twist. Ooh. Left hand behind. Oh. Inhale tall. We've been using our upper back muscles the whole time today, so no sense in stopping now. Upper back muscles lift. I don't know about you, but you can get tall since those muscles are awake. They're like, hello. Lift. This is gonna, help you with your twist, right? Because normally we're like down here rounded. Because you got those upper back muscles going, lift. Open up through the chest. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Inhale tall, exhale twist. And release, release, release. Oh, hey Mo, glad you could join us. Hope your headache went away. Come forward into a low lunge. Plant the hands down, one-legged down doggy. Big leg circle. Switching directions. Lower the leg down. Lower the knees down and sit it back, child's pose. And breathe, breathe, breathe. So like normally I have breakfast before class, and today I just didn't have time to have breakfast. I don't know how you guys work out without eating breakfast because I'm starving and I'm like sleepy. So I guess some people need to have breakfast before they work out. Some people can't eat before they work out. I am in the camp where I absolutely have to eat before I work out because I'm ready to take a nap. Plus I'm hungry. How are you guys not hungry? I'm starving. All right, coming back into all fours. Ooh. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg comes up towards the sky, swing it way forward, runner's lunge. Back foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhaling all the way back up, floating arms up towards the sky. And close the pose. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhaling halfway up, exhale, plant the hands, step it back, high plank. Lower down, inhaling up dog, upper back, cobra. Really fire up that upper back today. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg comes up towards the sky. We're gonna do warrior one, right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the back heel down. Come on up. Pull the right hip back, left hip goes forward. Inhale. Arms up overhead. So your left rib cage, send the left rib cage forward. It likes to turn out to a 45-degree angle. So we want to send that left rib cage forward. Bend that right knee, scoop, ice cream, scoop that left pinky toe. I have ice cream like every day. I don't know what it is. I know so many people during the shelter in place or during all this have some ice cream every day. There's lots of ice cream scooping going on. Windmill the hands down. Dome. Yeah, so we're gonna dome, round. And you're gonna float like elephant ballerinas. You can step, switch, right? Drop your back heel down, come on up, warrior one. Inhale, right rib cage presses forward. Windmill the hands down. When you windmill the hands down, you're gonna dome. Yeah, dome. And you're gonna float and switch. Drop the back heel down. Inhale, come on up, warrior one. Left rib cage comes forward. Lower the hands down, dome. Keep that dome. And jump switch. So this comes from your core. The jump switch comes from your core, and that's why your feet feel really light. Drop your back heel down. Inhale, come on up. Right rib cage forward, bend the left knee. Lower down, dome. You're already doming, ready for the jump switch. Inhale. Left rib cage forward, bend the knee, dome as you come down. Jump switch. Inhale. Come on up. Right rib cage forward, bend the knee, dome. Dome, dome, jump switch. Walk the hands to the left, wide-legged forward fold. So turn the toes in and heels out, wide-legged forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold, grab the block. So we're gonna use our upper back. Inhale, come all the way up, take the block in between your hands. Overhead, halfway forward, halfway flat back. Yeah, flat back, lift the arms above the ears and squeeze and hold. For 5, upper back. Press the chest forward, lift the arms. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Right hand finds the left thigh, leg, calf, ankle. Right hand walks forward. Peekaboo underneath your left arm. Hold on to your right hand, holds on to your left thigh. Bend the right knee. Right knee bends. When the right knee bends, you can twist deeper towards the left. And then straighten. Walk the right hand down your leg. Right knee bends. Twist. And straighten. Shift the weight forward. Walk the right hand down your leg. Bend. Right knee and twist deeper. 3, 2, and 1. And release. Release, release. Okay, inhale. Other side. Left hand finds the right leg, right thigh. Right hand crawls forward towards, away from you. Yeah, twist underneath the right arm. Peekaboo, hello. Peekaboo, hello. So hold on to your left hand, holds on to the right leg. Bend the left knee, twist deeper. Straighten the left leg, crawl the left hand down the right leg. Bend the left knee, twist deeper. Straighten, left hand crawls down. Bend the left knee, twist deeper. Maybe your right hand crawls towards your left leg. And twist. Bend left knee. And straighten. And release. Release, release. Come back down to wide-legged forward fold in the center. Activating the hip flexors and the quad muscles. Compress yourself more into your wide-legged forward fold. So when I'm here, crawl yourself through and really use, this is your hip flexors and your quads. 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 Inhale, coming all the way back up. So where are you? You're here. Turn to your right foot. Right foot points forward to the short end of the mat. Bend the right knee, plant the hands down, step it back, high plank, lower down. Inhaling, up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press it back. Downward facing dog. Down dog. Down dog is upside down boat. So there's a lot that your upper back is really engaged in your down dog. So lower the knees and come down and have a seat. You're gonna grab your block, you're gonna grab your strap. We're gonna do some boat variations. Yeah, we'll just start out with basic boat. Boat, boat. Roll your shoulders back and down. This is a lot of upper back. A lot of upper back in your boat because we want to be here. We want to be lifting and opening our chest and pulling our shoulders back. A lot of times our boat is here. But we want to be here. So in your boat, so floating up into boat. Inhale. Float, float, arms. And lift the chest. Lift the chest and the toes. Chest and toes. Chest and toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Okay, adding on. Block. Block in between your hands. Yeah, we'll do this stepwise. Ready? Block in between your hands. We're focusing on lifting the chest. Lifting the chest, opening up through the chest. Lift. With the block in between your hands, toes, chest. Lift, lift. Lift, lift. 3, 2, 1, and release. Adding the block and the other block in between your ankles. Ready? Block, block. Lift the chest. Toes and chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, what's next? Block in between the ankles, strap in between your hands. So we're gonna pull and we're gonna press. Yeah? It's like we're rewiring those neurons or we're just crazy. Pick one. Okay, strap. So about a little wider than shoulders width apart. And block in between your ankles. Chest, toes, lift. Chest, toes, lift. Woo! 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Take the legs out wide. We're gonna take wide-legged boat. So no prop. We'll start out with just wide-legged boat. Arms above the ears, chest up high. Legs are wide in a V. Let's try. Ready? Inhale. Chest up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Block in between the hands. Ready? Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Pull. Ready? Wide-legged boat. 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Your hip flexors are awake. Okay. See, the caffeine's just kicking in on an empty stomach. You should tell me to eat breakfast in the morning. Okay. Where to now? All right. Now, Malasana. So come down into your Malasana. Rock it out from side to side, knees apart, knees apart. Take the hands together, press the elbows against the knees. Lift your chest open. We've spent a lot of time working on your chest, on your upper back, your chest opening your upper back. So you should be able to get actually more open in your Malasana today. Mostly because you're actually using more muscles in your upper back. So your upper back is awake and on. Nice. Okay. Crow. Crow. Training wheel 1. So we're going to go crow or crane Bakasana, and then training wheel block, 1 foot on the block, crow, and then one kneed crow. So let's start with our Bakasana. Our hip flexors are really are on from the boats that we just did, on the row boats you just did. And then your upper back is super, super strong right now. So Bakas, Bakas. So remember, hamstrings, hip flexors, don't. Hamstrings, hip flexors, and dome. Upper back, look forward. Look forward. Nice. Beautiful. Anjali, that looks so solid. You look like you're flying. You look like you're flying. You look so light, so strong, so good. You could have literally stayed there for an hour. That was so good. That was so good. Okay, moving on. So you can either keep doing that, or if you're ready, gotta put your training wheels on if you want to. 1 block in between your feet. Bakasana. Foot, knee, lift, hold. Oh, check this out. Right? Longer than last week. All right, your turn. So at least 3 times on each side. You've got 2 sides. One side is probably going to be easier than the other. Training wheel Bakasana, and then take the training wheel off. So block in between your feet. Ready for Bakas. Coming forward. Foot on the block. Lift. Nice. More forward, Mo. That's it. Yeah. You got it. You got it. Okay, ready for some new? Adding on we're going to do a compressed crow. A compressed crow. So really, really compact into a ball. We're going to get our, what do you call this thing? A shin bone super high up onto the tricep. So it's bent, right? So bent arm, super compressed bent arm, and then we're going to try to straighten our arms. Yeah? So we're going to get this super high up. And then we're going to press and straighten our arms. Wow. Ah! That was a squawking crow. My right wrist is bothering me a little bit. So super compressed, right? And so I'm trying to get my shin bone. So instead of the knee, I'm trying to get my shin bone onto my shelf here, into my crow. And then you're going to use all of that strength that we built, right, into straightening your arms, because you're going to use your hip flexors to lift, your hamstrings to lift, because it's not the arm. It's not a push-up, straighten the arm to lift. It's using all of our muscles. It's using all of our muscles. So instead of like trying to straighten with the arms, use our core to lift. We'll play around with that like over the next couple weeks or month or whatever. We'll come back to that. Okay. Tripod. Tripod, what time is it? Tripod, right? Tripod, easy peasy. Tripod to crow. Got to mix it up, right? Okay, so tripod to crow. And when you come up to crow, which I didn't do well, the reason why we fall back is because we have too much weight coming back, right? Because you're trying to push and you're trying to push and the weight falls this way. So tripod to crow, the transition to stay is that once you get the teetering from the tripod to the crow, you have to go forward, right? You have to balance getting out of the tripod into crow, but then also sending the weight back forward like a chaturanga, What? And so the trick here is if you have if you're in tripod and you're just doing a lazy tripod and your weight is on your knees are on your elbow, the weight of your knees are on your elbow, it's very difficult to actually come out of tripod into crow. If you are in tripod using your actual core muscles and your knees are just gently, very so lightly, barely touching, and you use your core to actually compress. So all those things into core, all those things that you think about in crow, you have to be using those muscles when you're trying to transition out of tripod into crow, right? So it's the low belly, right? So what did we work? We worked on pelvic tilt. We worked on low belly, posterior pelvic tilt, all the squeezing of the core, squeezing of the elbows, doming, So I can get out of it. Now I got to figure out how to maintain crow. But the byproduct of all this work so hamstrings. So how do we do crow? Hamstrings, hip flexors, low belly, posterior pelvic tilt, doming and scoop. Yes, doming and scooping. The byproduct of all this is, so when you're done trying that, now try plain old Bakasana, shooting back to Chaturanga. Plain old easy peasy Bakasana to Chaturanga. You might surprise yourself how that it might be easier because we've been working hard on our Bakasana and our asymmetrical Bakasana. So just Bakasana. And you land in Chaturanga, elbows bent. Right, so the elbows are pretty much the same. Yeah? Well, unless you're in straight arm crow, in straight arm Bakasana. Right, so from here, we're scooping. So all that hard work to try to get to tripod, to Bakasana, one knee Bakasana. There you go. Byproduct. Your Bakasana to Chaturanga just got way stronger, right? Right. Okay, let's see how much time we have. Okay, so we have time for some side crane. Side crane. What's a side crane? So all of the asymmetrical, like one need Bakasana has made inadvertently your byproduct, your side crane, your true side crane. We've been working on it, all those muscles, so it should be lighter. So from here, come into a low squat. Interlace the fingers, palms, pressing up towards the sky. Lift the heels. So this is the same thing that we were on our back in the beginning class, right? So hamstring squeeze, hip flexor squeeze, tuck, posterior pelvic tilt. The thigh bones are against the ribs. Take the twist to the left. And so you're going to twist deeper so that your right elbow is in the mid-thigh, mid-left thigh, like so. Your feet are behind your right, your feet are behind your, your right hand. So in side Parsvabakas, right, side crane, true side crane. This hip is not on this elbow. It's just what is this? This is on this. Your left thigh is on this. So in true Parsvabakas, and we'll keep our feet bent, knees bent. You're doming, so all that doming that we've been doing today. Bottom. Parsvabakas, side crane. So the most important thing is actually just getting the twist, because after the twist, it's just balance. Because you guys can all nail Bakasana. You guys have the strength. It's just the twist and getting the body positioning here. So essentially, this part, your upper body, is doing Chaturanga. you go. Right? Float on up. And if it's not for you today, just working on the twist, the like 90%, 80 to 80% of this pose is on the twist. So if all you want to do is work on the twist, you can work on the twist. Other side. Interlace the fingers, arms overhead, so this upper back, right? This is the strength of your upper back. Chest forward, squeeze. Now that same tuck that we did in the beginning of class today. Hamstrings, hip flexors, lift the heels, roll, and twist. So getting that elbow into the mid-thigh, twist, chaturanga. So the feet is behind the left hand, and then dome. And again, if that's too much, maybe it's just a twist, or maybe you just go back to tripod headstand, wherever your body is at. Or maybe it's just nap time. Actually, it's breakfast time. That's what it really is. It's time for breakfast, which I will have noodles and rice. Okay. All right. Whew. Let's go ahead and come and have a seat. Your upper back, super strong. Your hip flexors, super awake. So your seated forward fold is going to be ooey gooey and yummy. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. And really, you can feel the upper back in your forward fold, lifting and pressing your collarbone forward. Inhale, exhale. So more upper back, more upper back. Chest forward. You have more strength in your upper back right now. So you can lift like cobra. Upper body is cobra in your forward fold, reaching forward. Take the legs out wide into a seated angle pose. Hands to the right. Get your belly button towards your thighs, towards your right thigh. Inhale, exhale. You can go deeper using your upper back muscles. So lift, lengthen, lift, lengthen. Inhale, lift, exhale, lengthen. Walk the hands over to the other leg, the left leg, inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, exhale, lengthen. And crawl back to the center. So all of that boat work that we were doing, we're in a compressed boat. Inhale, upper back, so cobra. Cobra your upper body and forward fold. This is your hip flexors bringing you down, compressing you. This is your this is anterior pelvic tilt. So you're tipping the pelvic bowl forward. You're using your low belly to compress. And your upper back. And release, release, release. We're going to come onto our back. So we'll do essentially an upside down forward fold, right? Essentially it's on your back. If your body says if your body says it's okay. And for a long time, this did not feel good on my body. So if it does not feel good, don't do it. But make sure that the weight is not in your neck, that it is in your back. If instead plow pose feels better for you, you can do plow pose. But this is essentially forward fold, seated forward fold, but you're just upside down. Same thing with your chest. Chest reaches forward. And I'm not on my neck. I'm on in between my shoulder blades. I'm in between my back or on my back. And release, release, release. Now, if plow pose feels good, you can do plow pose. Plow pose. Your hands are on your kidneys. And make sure that this weight is in between your shoulder blades and not on your neck. For me, plow pose it just never felt right on my body. I can never really get my feet over without having the weight in the wrong place. And then you can take it to shoulder stand. So legs stacked over the hips, stacked over the rib cage. So you can take a few minutes. Plow pose variation, shoulder stand variation. Or you can just come on down. Bridge, bridge, bridge. Knees forward, like you're trying to press buttons on the wall. And then lower down. So basically we're trying to pull our spine and kind of get some more space in our spine. So bridge pose, knees to buttons on the wall, lower down. Toss your arms overhead. Lower the arms down, closing the eyes here. Inhale, filling up the low belly. Exhaling out all of the air. Holding the breath here. Toss the arms overhead. Inhale. Hold the breath here. Lower the arms down. Exhale. Hold the breath here. Toss the arms overhead. Inhale. Hold. Lower the arms. Exhale. Hold. Toss the arms. Inhale. Hold. Lower the arms. Exhale. Hold. Toss. Inhale. Hold. Lower the arms. Exhale. Hold. Toss. Inhale. Hold. Lower. Exhale. Hold. Toss. Inhale. Hold. Lower. Exhale. Inhale. Toss. Inhale. Hold. Lower. Exhale. Hold. Toss. Inhale. Hold. Lower. Exhale. Hold. Toss. Stretch. Inhale. Hold. Lower. Exhale. Hold. Toss. Inhale. Lower the arms down, lower the legs down. Palms facing up towards the sky. And just breathing, breathing, breathing into your low belly. Finding and allowing your muscles in your body to release. Giving the muscle fiber permission to not hold on to its tension. That there's no need to contract. Giving it permission to release and rest. Take a load off, little muscle cell. Sometimes we contract our muscles out of habit. But relying on our mat, we have gravity in our mat supporting us. Sometimes we have to remind our muscles, our muscle cells, and our muscle fibers that they can take a break and rest and release. Releasing the muscles in our toes, in the tops of our feet, in our ankle, in our calf, in our shin, in our knee, in our quads, in our thighs, in our glutes, the hips. Spending a little extra time and awareness around the hips. Where the hip muscles can melt into the mat, into the wood, into the carpet, into the foundation of the house, into the dirt underneath the house, into the bedrock. Our muscles feeling heavy, the fingers, the forearms, the back of the arms, the triceps, the upper back, the mid back, the neck, the jaw. Spending a little extra time around the neck and the jaw, the temple. The ears, the back of the head, the crown of the head. Slowly pressing yourself up to seated, keeping your eyes closed. Rooting your sit bones into the earth. Inhaling, arms up overhead, clasping palms together. Inhaling tall. Exhale, drawing your hands down to heart center. Bowing forward, namaste.